All right. Hello. Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday today. It's been a week. It's been a week. Um, I just wanted to touch on a few things. I'm going to touch on what I have been doing to stay consistent with my business because consistency with my business is something that I've struggled with in the past. And it was more like if I didn't have a picture, I wasn't posting. Um, I posted pretty much all Thrive, like no lifestyle stuff. So what I have been doing is I have one of these daily planner things, and it's just you can rip this off and throw it away, and then you have a whole new day. Looks like this. Got it off Amazon. I actually just got a new one that I like way better. This thing is so stinking cute. But every morning when I get up, I write down like my must-dos. So I have like a house chores list that I do, and then I have like a work my business stuff. And all this is going to be checked off by the end of the day. And that just makes me feel really good. And if I don't get something done on there, it's okay because there's always tomorrow. I don't beat myself up. But I have been trying really hard to focus on like my personal IPA list that I made that I know works for me, and it's when I do my best. So what mine looks like is 3 Facebook posts is what I've been trying to do. At least 2 a day, one lifestyle, one business, whether it be a quote or a picture of my kids or my family, just something non-Thrive related. One business post, which was today, it was about samples. And then so I try and do a life one and then like a motivational one, either 2 life ones or something like that. I try and just mix it up, whatever. So like today I posted a quote. I did a business post for samples. We just got home from T-ball. So my third Facebook post is going to be about Kimber's last game with pictures and videos and all that. I did a reel on on Instagram, on TikTok, Facebook and Instagram. I did a reel on all those. It wasn't a life, it was just a life reel. It was a funny one. It's actually my most proud reel I've ever done in my life. It was actually super fun to make. But I need to post a business post today on Instagram, but even if I don't get one done today, that's okay. I might just put up pictures from T-ball today and really focus on making sure I get a business post on Instagram tomorrow. I'm not kicking myself in the butt with all of that because I am staying consistent with it. And I don't get a ton of interaction on Instagram when I post feed posts on Instagram, but I do get more interaction on Instagram when I talk about things in my stories. Like today, I've had 3 messages about Thrive from my stories. I hardly ever get messages from hard posts on Instagram. So I'm really trying to do things that help me with my business a lot more. I have the chat pulled up. Hang on. Okay, there it is. Also, I'm following 5 people on Instagram every day. I'm adding 5 people on Facebook. I'm doing talking stories every single day because I was really starting to slack at that. And I'm making sure I have business slides up, whether they're talking or an unfold or something I made on Canva with a call to action on it. Like those are my must do's every single day. I'm trying really hard with the Facebook posts because I have way more sales come from Facebook than I do Instagram. So I'm really just trying to figure out what is my happy medium when it comes to working my business and what I get the best feedback with or the best sales with or whatever. So that's what I do every single day. I have the list, I mark it off, and I make sure it's done before I go to bed. Last night, I was actually getting ready to go to bed and I was like, I didn't do talking stories today, or was it talking stories, or I didn't get I think it was talking stories with a call to action up. I didn't get that done. So I did it before bed about balance, about my nighttime routine. Talked about balance, biotic, HGS, and sleep gummies and how it changed my life with a call to action. And I actually got votes on my polls and I'm in conversations with people about that stuff right now. So don't skip that stuff. People are watching. What else did I want to say? One thing I want to say too is I have some girls on my team who are having problems with this right now, but this business is not instant success, like whatsoever. It takes a lot of consistency, a lot of posting with little to no comments at all. You can go through my Facebook right now. I get maybe a couple likes and it's from people on our team. I hardly ever get comments or likes, But what I do get once in a while is somebody jumping into my inbox. They don't want to comment on my stuff. They don't want people to see that they're interested, but they will DM me. It's not all the time, but I never get comments on things. So people are watching, and I've been with Thrive. I've been taking Thrive since March of 2018. I've been in this business since September of 2018. I've had people watching me for over like 5.5 years now. And some of them are just now starting to ask me about Thrive. They've never had a conversation with me before, but now they're like, okay, so you've been taking this for a long time. Clearly it works. Like, I think I'm ready to give it a try after 5 years of watching. That's insane. Another thing is, I know a lot of people, like, you feel like a broken record, like Ryan said. You feel like a broken record. You're posting. But from the podcast that I dropped the other day, I gave me an aha moment, and I needed to hear both of these things. The algorithms on social media, everything you post, not everybody's going to see. So if you talk about samples once a week, that one person might see it that one time a month. Or if you talk about your story once a week, every single week for a full month, just one time, somebody only might see it that one time. They might have missed it the other 3. So even though it's repetitive, don't stop talking about those things, about the business perks, about the business, about our 3 steps, about your favorite plus line product. Stay consistent with it, because that, you never know. Somebody might need to see that one post that they missed the other times, and it might hit them right then and there. And that might be a sale, or your next business partner that's just a freaking rock star, and you guys just take off together. Let me see. And if you're new, one thing I want to say is, if you're having a lot of success right now because you're new, but you start to see a slowdown because you've went through your warm market, please know that that's normal. It's normal. It's okay. I did it. I'm sure Shelby did it. We've all been there. Don't give up. That just means you need to start adding new people, having those conversations with new people. It happens. Don't get discouraged, and don't quit. Like, if I'm still here 5 years later, I was with a different team. I had quit, did it the compliant way, and re-signed under Ryan. The old team was just falling apart. Everybody from that, even the 200K has quit. The millionaire has even quit. I know what I had was gold, and I knew I was going nowhere else other than this company. I just needed a team to really learn from and grow from, which I have, and I'm so glad that I have. Like, the other team didn't have resources like we do. Use those resources, use the guides. If you want to pick a plus line product and just deep dive into it, there is a video about it. Like, really know what you're talking about. But even if you don't know what you want to talk about that day, reach out and ask us. We can help you. That's what we're here for. That's what I love. I didn't have this team before. Now I have this team. I'm like, we are blessed, man. We are blessed to have some awesome people on this team. So reach out. The last thing I want to say, and this is something that I just started really incorporating too. Shelby and Crystal have really helped me with this, but we are a health and wellness company. So are you showing healthy habits and aligning that with the products in the business that we have? I just started working out. I drink a lot of water. I don't drink like a lot of pop or energy drinks or anything like that. I mean, my eating is okay. I really don't eat during the day. So at night, I'm like wanting to eat a whole dump truck full of food while I'm laying in bed before I go to bed. That's when I get hungry. But I'm trying to be better and eat more during the day, a lot less at night. And I started working out, and I started showing that. I've got people reaching out to me saying, I kind of want to start working out. I like what you're doing. I like the pictures you're dropping. So now I'm going to start recording some of my workouts. I'm a little bit nervous because I'm no like gym pro like these two over here. I'm just got a little home gym in my basement thing that my husband and I've kind of slapped together over the years. But the thing is I'm showing up and I'm doing it. And after this, even though it's going to be like close to 9 o'clock, I'm getting my kids in bed and I'm going to go work out after this. So align your health goals with what we have too, because we are a health and wellness company. And that's something I wasn't quite doing. I'm not saying everybody needs to go work out by any means, but that was kind of my other aha moment. I'm like, I have the supplements, nothing's changing body wise. So now I need to add what I need to add to get me to where I want to be. So Shelby, that's all I got. Take it over.
Loved it all. My kind of like topic is cutting your work in half and staying inspired. And just because you enroll underneath whoever, I enrolled with Ryan, but I still take inspiration from so many of the leaders here. And that's why we always say, stay close to your fire, and you want to be on all, the meetings. You don't need to be on all of them. We have so many, but you can kind of pick and choose. Sometimes if I'm just exhausted and I hop on a meeting and I'm not feeling very inspired, I just hop off and I hop on the next one the next day. So you can absolutely do that. 100% fine. But sometimes like Coop lately, she's really been lighting a fire under my ass and like motivating me. And I'm just taking so much inspiration from her. She went live on Instagram today. Sometimes I feel super inspired by Ryan, super inspired by Kay. So it's all right to pull inspiration from different leaders. I kind of think back to like when I was kind of newer in CrossFit, certain things would click with certain coaches. And so getting different views or ways to do things from different people just kind of has that click in your brain, like that light switch moment where you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, I know so-and-so has told me this, but now I understand it. And so totally fine. Oh, thanks, babe. Saving your stories and making them into real, sorry guys, is like super easy. I just recorded a video this morning of me just doing my 3 steps. It's kind of loud in the house. So I just did like a, what is it called? Captions, and just walk people through like what I was putting in my shake, stuff like that, put it on my story. And then I saved those videos and uploaded it to the reels on Facebook and Instagram. That way I don't have to like waste time making reels and doing separate things. Super simple ways to kind of do content. The first of every month our credits load. So that's a great day to talk about how we thrive for free. The Refer To program. Monday, you could talk about energy. Tuesday's payday. So every single Tuesday I make a payday post. I talk on my stories about how we get paid. I talk about the auto bonus, and then I will hit different aspects like every week. Like Wednesday, I'll talk about, did I talk? Yeah, Tuesday. I did talk about payday. Wednesday, I talk about just our community, our support. I talk about how we have our Ember Legacy meetings, stuff like that. And I try to take away that fear from people. Like, you don't ever have to show your face if you don't want to. We'll never call on you, that kind of stuff. Because I was terrified when I first started. I'm like, oh my gosh, I see like 75 people on that meeting. I do not want to be on that. And Ryan was like, no, you don't have to say anything. Just hop on and you're totally fine. So that made me feel a lot better. Thursdays, you can just reshare your story. This kind of goes back into tying in your niche. So my pillars, I guess you could call them, would be like PCOS, migraines, being a new mom. I used to be an LEO wife. So my husband was in law enforcement. I used to be in the medical field. So talking to those kinds of people, like baristas, people like that, who you can really connect with. If you're a horse person, you can friend horse people, stuff like that. Exactly. So that's kind of how you're going to be targeting your audience. Organization, just make it simple. I really liked what Ryan said, because I had stopped doing this. Just because the ebbs and flows, you just kind of forget, you fall off sometimes. But posting customer reviews, so I've just started posting every screenshotting every positive feedback that I've gotten about like HDS and the energy. And I have an album that just says custody reviews, even though they can be from anybody, and putting on those on my story, I think is going to be huge. Just like she said last night, it's like, oh, they tasted so good. The shakes tasted so good with just water. This is crazy. And if somebody sees that, they're going to be intrigued. Stories, kind of like Coop had said, talk on your stories. Y'all do really good at that. Your life, if you want it to be kind of like a reality TV show, it's a really great way for your audience to gain trust quickly with you. So just showing little tidbits here and there of your life. And like I show Kendall every morning, or my dog being crazy or whatever, my workouts. And like explain your 3 steps, of course. So some days I'll post slides, some days I'll do a talking video, some days I'll do like a caption video like I did today. So mixing it up. That way it's not the same, like repetitive, like, okay, after this slide, I know it's a Thrive post, or after this slide, I know she's gonna, show her daughter or whatever. So I try to keep my viewers on their toes. So, and just know like discouragement is normal in this industry, just like in life or any other job. So if you find yourself getting discouraged, like just lean into the team, lean into the team meetings, get with your upline, get with the teammates and say, hey, I'm not feeling inspired. I'm feeling discouraged. Like, this is what I'm doing. What can I do differently to maybe be inspired, fall in love with the business even more, and really make this work because I have no other choice. So I want this to work. Help. We're always here for that. If you have team members who are just constantly living in a state of, I'm defeated. Nobody likes my stuff. Nobody, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares what I have to say. Do not water dead plants. Okay. Like, you're here to work your business. Also, you have team members that you're supposed to lead, but I promise you they will lead their team how you lead your team. So if you have that, like, I'm just gonna call them dead weight, be there for them, try to encourage them, but don't drag yourself down with them if they're just being negative all the time. So just that little headbutt. Nobody on here though is that way, just to clarify. Just saying, if you do have team members that end up going that way, it can happen. So you want to just stay as positive as possible because people can feel that through your videos and through your posts and stuff like that. So positivity is key, along with the consistency, of course. Along with the health and wellness stuff that Sarah had mentioned, I started posting my workouts and I'm like, nobody's going to care. But everyone has been reaching out, like, what program are you doing? What gym are you at? How do you do this? And like, I never expected that kind of response. So doing that, and then it's okay to show that you're eating a brownie, be realistic. Today I posted how I had cut out sugar and caffeine and spicy foods. And here we don't have to have deprivation diets, but we're still in the health and wellness industry. So showing those healthy habits, Thrive is one of them, obviously, but showing that you're also realistic and you're not, perfect. Nobody is. So you can show that too. If you're having, tacos or a piece of chocolate cake, you can definitely say, hey, splurge night, but I can because my nutritional gaps, my nutritional deficiencies are filled for the day. So I don't feel guilty about eating a slice of pizza. Trip, y'all, Trip tracker is up in your back office. So if you go to your back office, I'm going to pull it up real quick. I was supposed to have this up already and I didn't. Anybody can go. You hit 4K. Everyone, I'm sure, I think here has. So you just continue to hit that 4K and up, and you are eligible for the trip. So I wanted to kind of go over how we can. Oh, I can hear again. So the lifestyle getaway, it's kind of like the bonus season last year in the fall. You just have to have new volume. So this is really good for new people because all of your volume is essentially new. For us who've been here a lot longer, it's a little harder to get that new volume so rapidly, but I'll tell you, I did 4,000 in new volume in the 3 months last year. So I know it's possible, and you guys are all fully capable of doing that. You want to have auto ship orders. So I place like 99% of my customers and first promoter enrollment orders myself because I feel like it's just easier. I always enroll every single person on an auto ship, and I go immediately and delete it unless they specify, hey, I want this to come out every single month. And you can ask too, do you want this to be, restocked every month, or do you want to I'll just kind of check in with you. I go and look at my last order and see what they ordered. And then I'll ask them like, hey, I saw you ordered about a month ago. Do you want anything restocked? You got vanilla last time. You want to try like snickerdoodle this time. So try to get those auto ships because on your tracker, it says that you have to have, minimum of 25 and it goes up to 75. So I have on my notebook, I have months at, whatever rank. I have my volume goal, which is 3,000 in new volume. Minimum is 1,000 in new volume. So I want to get my airfare and my stay fully covered, and I'm going to really fight for both on both accounts. That's going to be so hard to do, but I'm aiming high because I want to take my brother and sister-in-law with us on this trip. That's been my goal since I started Thrive, was to hit that, but never before now have you been able to achieve this at a rank below 12K. So this is like a huge deal. A lot of you know, like I did not grow up with money at all. I was never able to go on vacations. And so this is like just a huge blessing to be a part of this now, that we get to go on all these free vacations. So talk about it, share your view on your stories with people and say, this is what I'm gunning for, who's coming with me, and just hype this up and get excited about it, share it, and talk about, like, we don't know where we're going yet, but I'm going to keep you guys posted. It's in October. This one I think is out of the country. I can't remember. But yeah, just hype it up. And then if you guys have questions on it, just feel free to ask. So I will hand it over to Krista.
Can you guys hear me okay? My service is very spotty, so if I start to cut out, just let me know in the chat. Okay, so this is going to be so random. I'm always random. I don't even know if I follow the topics we touch on, but the very like random thought that I had recently, and that I've been doing is, if you have something on days where you maybe aren't on your stories as much, or you've been like super Thrive focused and you kind of want to incorporate more lifestyle, stuff like that, as just your everyday goes on, if something happens, or if you discover something, or if you like find something new out, cool new life hack, write it down in your notes and save it for a rainy freaking day. Like, save it for a time where you need to talk about something on your stories other than Thrive, or let's just say you haven't talked about anything at all. And now is the time, because you have a list of things that are just so random, but lifestyle, that you can kind of throw out there. So this is super weird, but yesterday I posted what we were having for dinner, and I cooked my bacon in a way where it's like hashtag I baked it, and it was like perfect for a breakfast sandwich or a burger. You know how many DMs I got about my bacon? Like, my bacon. Okay. But I saw that hack, like, I think my husband sent it to me or something, and I literally had it kept in my notes, and I was like, okay, the next time I make this bacon, I'm talking about it on my stories, because it is honestly a good idea. It's like a small life hack. People love that kind of stuff. So don't be afraid to just like write down in your phone notes the most random things, because people kind of like that. People don't always want to hear about Thrive. People don't always want to hear about like your kids, or, our kids are cute. We love them. But like sometimes they do just crave something simple, random, and honestly, those are the things that are going to get the conversation started. So, and then that kind of leads me into what Sarah was saying about how, I mean, honestly, we've all wanted to quit before. Okay. So like, I'll speak for myself, but I'm pretty sure like a lot of us have wanted to, even the people who, even Ryan, even Courtney, but every time I want to, Sarah, you're someone I think of, because you have been here for 5 years and you're still just like hustling. And honestly, it really is worth it, especially when you do remain consistent. You cannot just be consistent for a week and then a month down the road be mad that you're not getting like attraction, or you're not getting like motion in your business. Why do I always have a hard time coming up with the words to to spit out? But like, if you remain consistent, and that's not to say that you can't have an off day or like a rest day or whatever, but you guys will have people come out of the woodwork asking questions, people who have never liked your photos, people who have never commented on this. And I always say this almost like every call. It's probably just becoming totally redundant at this point, but I think it's really important to reiterate to you guys that like, you will have slow moments, you'll have Can you guys hear me?
Okay, we can now. We lost you at you can have slow moments and then you just cut out.
Am I back? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. What the heck? I haven't even moved my phone. Don't you just love that? Anyways, I was on a roll and now I forgot. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to just remind you guys that like people will always be watching, even the ones that you don't know are watching. So that leads me to my next topic, which is Shelby was talking about how there are, you know, people who will come to you as a leader and talk about like how their views are down or they're not getting very many likes, or maybe you're thinking that yourself. And honestly, you guys need to acknowledge what is bothering you. So, like, if you're noticing your views are down, stop looking at the views. You need to acknowledge what it is that is bothering you and then stop paying attention to it, because that is only going to fuel that negative fire that's going to kind of like discourage you guys or kind of get those icky thoughts going in your mind, which that happens to all of us. We all have those thoughts. I've been struggling with them a lot lately, but I do think that it is important. Like, I don't even look at views or likes anymore. I really don't. And it doesn't matter, because you will find your people. And the last thing I was going to say, actually, let me just double check. Mine's kind of short. Oh, no, there's a couple more things, but I will try to, to make it quick. Make sure that you are showing up as the leader that you would want to have. So you guys probably were attracted to whoever you signed up underneath because of the way that they work their business and the way that they show up for their business. Are you showing up as someone who looks like a leader, or who could lead a team, or who would attract someone who wants you to be their leader? You know what I mean? That's always something good to think about. I've heard that from multiple podcasts or calls, and I think that that's just something really good to keep in mind. And then a way to ensure auto ships. This has worked for me, like, especially if I notice that my auto ships are down for the month. Maybe I don't have as many scheduled, people paused them or deleted them. A lot of you guys got credits last month, which is awesome, but don't be afraid to share those credits. I know it's painful to see them dwindle away as you are passing them out to your customers, but I will try to drop some verbiage that I think Ryan has shared with us in the past. It is just like, the combos guides are great. They don't always work for me, but these specific guides on follow-ups with how to share credits in a way that's going to make people want to order, it's genius. And honestly, if you're sharing your credits and just saying these, you know, here's your June discount and it'll expire at the end of the month, it's going to urge them to want to use that June discount because they don't know when the next one's coming. So you don't have to do it every month, but if you do notice your auto ships are down, that's a good way to get them to go through. So for Mexico, I clearly have Cabo on the brain. For this next lifestyle getaway, you know, it's going to help with those auto ships. And the last thing I was going to say is the whole healthy lifestyle thing. Obviously, that's like a big niche of mine. I don't even know. Tomato. But it's not for everybody. Like, not everybody is in like a weight loss journey or whatever. But I do think it is important to showcase, you know, maybe even if your diet isn't the best, like Shelby says, you know, pointing on or touching on the fact that your nutritional gaps are being filled. So it's not like the end of the world if you have a piece of pizza, because you know your body's still getting nutrients from your 3 steps. Or, you know, if you just even take a walk, you can not blame it, but like give credit to the fact that it's because you have energy that you lacked for so long. Now you finally have the desire to get your steps in every day. So for me, I don't record my workouts. I go to the gym almost daily, but I don't record them. But I post like almost the same little boomerang selfie in the gym mirror every morning, but it's because it's like this almost like an accountability. There's people who follow me that when I don't post that, they're like, hey, where were you? Did you go to the gym this morning? And so people are watching, that sparks new conversation. Or I get comments like, how how do you get to the gym every morning at 5 a.m.? Like, how do you do that? That's crazy. How do you wake up? I'm like, well, hold on, baby. I'm like, well, I don't have an easy time waking up, but I know in the back of my mind, I'm like 2 minutes from my vitamins that will have me awake within 5 minutes. You know what I mean? So I always throw out the fact that I'm getting energy to go to the gym so early because of these vitamins I get to take every morning. And then my post workouts, like nutrition is covered because of these easy shakes. Like, you know what I mean? So you can always incorporate Thrive into whatever lifestyle you are in, as long as you are trying to just like make small differences and then show those to your audience. So that's all I have. Hopefully it wasn't too off topic, but I tried to piggyback off of a lot of what you guys said.
Does anybody have any questions or need help with anything while we have a few more minutes? Or Shelby, did you have something else you wanted to add?
No, that was great. I'm excited for this month. Oh, last month for rank advancement 2. Yeah, we're gonna slay it.
Yes. All right, if everybody's good, thank you all for hopping on, and I will get this recording dropped in the chat soon. Everybody have a great night. Bye.